Republicans seem to still think that Donald Trump is doing a wonderful job as President of the United States, in spite of the fact that all possible indicators have shown that this guy is failing at absolutely everything. And it's not just the ones you think either, right? It's not just the economic indicators. It's not just the, whether or not we're even still a real democracy. It's other things too, like the administration came in saying, we're not going to have any leakers. And now they're having to polygraph every cabinet department because there's so damn many leakers. So again, by every possible measure, everything Trump has done has absolutely failed spectacularly, yet Republicans still stand by him. And that brings me to the first question of this Q&A session. This one comes from @CanadianRose, who says, my question for you is, why are Republicans so dim-witted that they cannot see the absolute destruction that they're causing to the American people, those who are not rich? I mean, I know they're obsessed with their God King, but it's absolutely ridiculous. It is absolutely ridiculous. And I love to see these kind of, outsider views of what's happening, because it's one thing to see it from the inside. You do kind of get skewed a little bit. So to think about how the rest of the world is sitting back and watching this happen, objectively with, no stake in either side, that is remarkable, because again, the Republicans here don't see it, but everybody else does. The rest of the world sees it. But as Canadian Rose points out, the Republicans here are so dim-witted, they don't get it. And here's the thing. I do think a lot of it has to do with the misinformation and the just otherwise ill-informed people, because it's not just that people have bad information, it's that so many people have no information. The vast majority of American citizens on a daily basis do not consume a single second of political news. And it's like 93, 94% of the public not watching the news at all on any given day. So they don't get the play-by-play. They don't get the up-to-the-minute, here's the crazy things Trump has done in the last hour type thing. They get nothing. So ignorance is bliss, right? That's why I think you still have a lot of people who do support Donald Trump. The other part of it is the team sports aspect, which I talk about a lot. It doesn't matter how bad your team is, how poorly they're doing. You still think they're going to pull it off. You still think they're going to go to the Super Bowl or the World Series or the Final Four or the Stanley Cup playoffs, whatever your sport may be. No matter how crappy your team is, no matter how many times they fumble, how many times they strike out or whatever, you still partially believe that no, they're going to instantly turn it around and become the best team in the history of sports. And I say that as a sports fan. I mean, I've been through the ups and downs. I know what it's like. You think every year, this is our year, and then you're crappy, but you're like, but we're going to turn it around any second. No, you're not. You're crap, and it's okay. Sometimes you have a bad team, and sometimes you have to stick through that until you can get some real players on there. But the Republican Party doesn't seem to understand that. They seem to think, no, we've got the all-stars. This is the dream team running the show, so everything they do must be intentional. He's playing a long game, Democrats are not. He's playing three-dimensional chess, and they're crapping all over the checkers board. That's what they think. And again, that's due to the combination of misinformation and not getting any information. So that, I believe, is what explains why Republicans are still standing by this guy, in spite of the fact that he has quite literally failed at everything. Thanks for watching, everybody. And if you're not already, please subscribe to the channel. We got fresh content every day for you. And if you want to follow us across social media, make sure you check out all of the social links that we have posted in the description of this video.